Previously on the Mighty Mo, I depart the Missouri River headwaters on June 2nd in search of adventure and art. After 60 days of river living, I paddle my way across Montana, North Dakota, and much of South Dakota. I am now nearing the end of the dammed Upper Missouri and the massive lakes that go with it. I am also just upriver from a Missouri River Rendezvous, a river party where I am hoping to meet some other paddlers and score some barbecue. My name is Steve Snell, and welcome to Adventure Art on the Mighty Mo, a painting show about paddling the entire Missouri River. Over the course of 3 months, I will paddle over 2,300 miles. I will live in a tent. I will look for adventure. I will paint a lot of paintings. This is Adventure Art on the Mighty Mo. Good afternoon, and a good afternoon it is so far. It's quite a difference from yesterday. I mean, the winds are probably blowing a little bit less hard, but rather than a headwind, I have a tailwind, and I'm just cruising right along with it, adding a good mile per hour probably to my pace. It cools me off. That's why I'm not wearing my life jacket. It's right here. Don't worry. I feel like cruise to the dam. And I mean, that can change, but it feels like it's not going to. Anyway, I was just checking in to say it's a good day. I'm so glad I got to paint. I'm so glad the wind's on my back. And life is good. Welcome to Adventure Art. Alright, back in some current. Behind me is the Fort Randall Dam. Don't know much about this dam, when it was built, how big it is. But it's a decent sized dam. In Francis Case is a decent sized lake. Anyway, South Dakota, Nebraska. Nebraska, South Dakota, South Dakota, South Dakota. So once I get past this kind of island right here, which I'm about to, state line kind of changes, on the right at least. The river now will form the border. Maybe is that a pole or something over there? Or maybe it's just a tree. It's probably just a tree. Anyway, the river now will start to form the state border, and I'll just kind of follow this river all the way to Sioux City, Iowa. Yeah, and then we got Iowa and Nebraska. All right, let's hope it's good camping. No cows, no snakes. Let's hope. Oh. Google Maps told me it was a good spot, but that only gets you so far. Wow. This is just not at all what I expected. Huh. It's just one big island of sand. Great place to hide. If you were hiding. Kind of neat. Well, it's a beautiful morning. It's about 7 o'clock, and I'm going to try and catch the rendezvous. But before I do, this mug's from a different rendezvous. Not quite the same, but it was cool. Anyway, I thought I should just enjoy this morning that I have to myself, because I might not have one to myself for a couple days, and I better make a painting. First day on some river after a number of days on lakes, and it's just beautiful. Cows are out singing, birds are chirping, sun is rising. I'm drinking warm coffee, and I'm gonna make a painting. Laying down just the sky and the water first. All new colors to look at. That's kind of nice about this switch of location here. Different colors, different vegetation. Just new system. It's wonderful. We'll call it a day. Of course, the colors changed since I painted this, which was 20 minutes ago. But I'm getting all packed up, ready to hit the river. Gonna try and catch that rendezvous by this evening, get some barbecue, meet some nice folks, hopefully. Loved this camp spot. Love being back on the river and on a sandbar. I feel like sandbars are my favorite. Life is better on a sandbar, typically. Look at that. That's all dunes, sunflowers, and then of course over there, cows. Hello, cows. Enjoy your morning. The unknown awaits, as it does on all adventures. I get there around noon, so half the day's paddle behind. All right, maybe just start with your name and how long you've been
My name's
paddling.
Stephen Bromley. Stephen Bromley, my river name Towhead Steve, T-O-W Steve, Towhead Steve. And I just finished a trip, 17 months. And I started in Nashville, North Carolina, came down the French Broad to Tennessee, to Ohio, to the Mississippi at Cairo, and then I went down to Baton Rouge, jumped over to the Chafalaya. And I took that up, bumped over to the Teche, Bayou Teche, and took that to Morgan City. Guy gave me a ride to New Orleans, and I put in there, and I started canoeing the Gulf. 14-foot Mad River canoe, and made it to Apalachicola, Carabel, Florida. That had been 11 months straight paddling, unassisted. And then I stopped because it was hurricane season.
What kind of wisdom do you feel like you get from paddling the river? Or what?
Wisdom?
Yeah, or like, I don't know. Like
I tell you,
lesson,
this
like
is
what
the wisdom is slow down. I mean, go slow. Like I just told you, if you aren't on a schedule and you don't have to get back to a job, or your wife, your kids or something, and you got all the time in the world, take your time. And I didn't learn that at the beginning of the trip until I stopped at Shiloh Battlefield on the Tennessee River. And I met two brothers, and they were hunting for Indian points. And after I met those two brothers, this is Mississippian culture. This is 1,000 years old, flint, a lot of flint on that river. And so I started looking for points, and I slowed down then. And I started stopping at all the towns, and meeting more people, you know. Be honest with you, the reasons for the trip came to me during the trip, not before trip, during the trip. I had planned an Arctic trip in Canada and spent all my money. It was a 50-day trip my son and I were going to do on the Back River in Nunavut, Canada. And they closed the border. So that trip was canceled. And so I didn't have a place to live, and I don't own a car. And I had a canoe, and I said to my sister in Nashville, I said, I wonder if you could canoe to Florida. And I really didn't know you could do it. And I Googled it, and sure as shit, and there was a way to get to Florida. And that was the plan. I spent 6 months planning that Arctic trip. I took 4 days to plan this trip. I never even thought about before paddling the Mississippi, the Tennessee, the Gulf. It never crossed my mind. In my whole life, never crossed my mind. I was just at my sister's house. I had nowhere to go. I didn't have much. In fact, I borrowed $1,000 to start the trip and to gear up. And off I went. I just started paddling.
For 11 months.
11 months straight, unassisted. And that's the thing about being unassisted is you got to reach out to people, man. You know, you got to get supplies here and there. And I didn't know anything about just River Angel Network. I didn't know nothing about these River Angel guys. You know, it takes you out of your comfort zone, but you have no choice. You have no choice. And so, the Canada trip is a strictly wilderness trip. This trip, without any premonition, without nothing, turned into a strictly human trip. Oh my God, I tell you, man, there's a lot of love out there, man. Shit. Anyways, it was a human trip. That's what blew me away. And that's what makes me so goofy today, you know? Because I hug everybody, because listen to me, man. It's the only way I can pay it forward. You see, all the love that was shown to me from people I never even knew existed. And I never knew where I was going to camp that night, you know, never. Never knew where I was going to end up. When I got tired, I pulled over and camped, you know. So I don't know, I wish you well on your journey. And the only word of advice is tie the boat off every night. I don't care where you're at. Find something to tie it off. Tie off to your gear bags, something. Tie the boat off. Put your name on your paddle. Put your name on your boat, put your name on your boots. I got my phone number on my swampers, you know? Yeah, I got my name on everything, man. Slow down. And Neil Moore talked about this the other night. When Ben McGrath, who wrote that book about the Riverman, Conant, what did Conant say when he met him? Slow down, slow, go slow. Then you experience it. You ain't rushing. That's the trick. If you can do it, I know it can't be done all the time, but if you can swing it, take your time. This ain't a fucking Navy SEAL training plan, okay, man? It's supposed to be fun, okay? All right, that's it.
That's so good.
All right, man. Hey, thank you, man.
I really appreciate it.
That's all right.
And good luck on your travels.
Yeah, well, good. Hey, you're the one traveling, man. Yeah. Hey, be careful, you know.
I'll see you downriver. All right, see y'all later. So have a great day. And here we are, back on my own on the lower channelized Missouri, which moves at quite a clip compared to what it was just 2 days ago. Welcome to Adventure Art. I think this is a coal burning power plant, but I really don't know. It's got a funny smell that I wouldn't normally think of coal. Well, cooling water coming out of that thing. I'm pretty sure it's a coal burning power plant, but I don't really know. 718 miles to go. I know that because it says so. Right there. Thank you, Army Corps of Engineers, for making this very clear. From here on out, I'll see my mileage multiple times a day, I guess. 718 miles doesn't seem that far anymore. Are getting me again. I'm just thinking I might stop in the next hour. I'm scoping out campsites on the map. So, not making huge mileage today, but I also feel no need to rush and hurry. So, I'm gonna keep paddling until I find something good. All right. Welcome to Adventure Art in the Mighty Mo. Please excuse me not wearing a shirt and this incredible farmer's tan that I have. I know it's not how I would like to appear on camera, but it is incredibly hot out right now, like 100 degrees, and I cannot wear a shirt without sweating through it. But I also want to paint. I need to paint. I'm looking today at, I guess it's a bend in the lower Missouri River below Sioux City, Iowa, by about 25 miles or so. And I'm just camped out on a sandbar, really small little small sandbar that's just behind these wing dikes that the Army Corps of Engineers has created all along the river to keep the channel stable and keep the water flowing fast. What can I say? I put on a shirt because I reviewed the footage and I don't feel comfortable being shirtless in an episode of Adventure Art in the Mighty Mo. Too self-conscious, and the wind is picked up enough that I can actually wear a shirt and not sweat through it. The black flies are terrible today, by the way. If you don't know what a black fly is, I don't know if they're called black flies. Horseflies, they bite and they hurt. They're worse than mosquitoes. They're painful. And they eat
eat your ankles and your arms and your feet, and really whatever they can get their little suckers on. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted after coming off of a week of partying with other paddlers as part of the Missouri River Rendezvous. I don't know how long distance-wise it was, maybe 140 miles or so, but between 60 and 90 people came together over the course of a week, paddling and just enjoying each other's company. I'm getting bit by black flies. That's why I'm not talking very well. They're all over my ankles, and it's really painful. There's probably like between 5 and 10 of them biting me right now. Anyway, I was talking about the Missouri River Rendezvous and how special it is. This is just terrible. This is the worst episode. My feet are getting bit. I have no clear thought of to what I want to say other than I'm so glad that I joined this rendezvous. I met wonderful people, and oh my gosh, it's so hard to talk with your ankles getting bit. And I haven't eaten dinner. I'm just complaining in front of a camera, and I'm sorry about that. All I can say is I'm done with the lakes. I have current from here on out. The river is swift and fast, and it should be a lot easier physically. I met some wonderful people during the Missouri River Rendezvous. Anyway, it's time to paint. I'll do the voiceover, and then I need to cook dinner, and hopefully the painting turns out okay. But it's late, I'm hungry, the flies are biting really bad, and thunderstorms are coming later tonight. Welcome to Adventure Art on the Mighty Mo. My name is Steve. Let's paint. Let's just get to it. Starting with my sky here. It's a little bit dirty now, but I'll just make do with what I got. Go away, fly, that hurts. Gosh darn it, this really is one of the most painful paintings I've made, and I haven't even started. Yikes. They are so bad. I'll probably have to eat in my tent tonight. I have never experienced black fly hell, but this has got to be it. Ow, gosh. They hurt so bad. I feel like an idiot even trying to make this painting because of how much pain I'm in trying to make it. And I know I still need to cook and set up my rain fly. And the bugs aren't going to leave me alone to do that either. But that's adventure art. You got to deal with it. You can't complain like I am. So this will be a fast one, okay? Very fast. Ow, gosh. I hope that the flies don't carry diseases like yellow fever or dengue or any of those kind of things. I'm really not looking to get sick, especially from a fly bite. I think we're coming to a close here. Maybe just a little bit more touch of color, darkness here. And I'll show you what I'm looking at here. There we go. The end.